like for a lot of people, you got to learn what that is. Like for me, like I'm one of those people that, um, I don't know. I'm content when everyone's good. You know, when you're good, then I can be good.
Right.
A lot of time it takes a toll, and then that's where I go into these. You know, and I've went through addiction. You know, I went through child abuse, uh, all that jazz.
Yeah, so you've had a pretty rough life. I mean, I've known you long enough to know.
I swear, man, my purpose was to be the poster child for this crap, and like, it's it's crazy, but at the same time, like, at least I can go out with a purpose.
Right.
All right, like, no matter what, I can like. I always have people like, man, I'm going for this. I'm like, dude, it's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
You know, but you don't understand, dude. Really? Okay, well, let me throw this on you, and to be able to, you know, change perspective, and then for myself, man, you know, growing up, I think the biggest thing that I worried about was I don't want to be like my dad, and so like I got to a point where I wasn't the best. I don't know what that was. It just sent a trigger.
Ding.
Yes, you know, like Dorsby. The biggest thing that like I was able to take from that was like not to make excuses,
Right.
and as a man, it's kind of difficult at times, you know, especially in today's society. And you go on
Yep.
Facebook, and everybody's a victim.
Yep.
Everybody.
And so it's you get trapped in this. Well, I'm a victim too, but like you don't have to be, and that's the choices that you make. And I've been considered bipolar and depressed and all this. I went to the hospital. Fun fact here: cellulitis in your lip hurts.
I've had it on my leg.
What?
My toddler doing a little bobbing and weaving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, you must like this cartoon, huh? And bam, just hits me right in the lip. I mean, it's happened before plenty of times. You know, my tooth dug in. It was no big deal. The next day, it was just like fat lip. I don't know what was going on, and my stubborn butt just kept pushing on. It just got bigger and bigger. So anywho, where's it going with that? Oh, so anywho, so when I went to get the prescriptions, I noticed on there they show you like you know, past prescriptions and stuff you've taken before and all this, and I noticed like all these different meds that I'm on. I'm like, wow. That's the biggest problem. People go and they're like, I'm depressed. And they're like, yep, you sure are. Take these. But they don't address the problem. And it's easier said than done. But,
Correct.
you know, a lot of things like addiction, like I have a history of alcoholism and drug abuse in my family. It's pretty rampant.
He's not lying.
Um,
Those who don't know, my wife and him are cousins, so I know the family history.
Gail was like my best friend growing up, man.
It's a small world, ain't it?
It gets smaller every weekend I'm out.
I'm telling you.
How I'm not an alcoholic, I don't know. I tried the drug addict thing, didn't really work. Couldn't really keep on weight like I wanted. But those
I got plenty I can give you if you want it.
Same. Same.
I just hit 40. I'm just gonna take it.
Yeah,
easy from here.
just leave it alone. Just ride it on out.
But again, man, you know those situations. Like I could name several, and even to this day, even through sobriety, which I always say I practice sobriety in the sense of from addiction and dependency. So I still have a drink every now and again, which is a big no-no. But I've earned that. And again, these things that you go through, these negatives, you know, they really can become your biggest strengths, and they're not easy to you know take on, especially me being emotional. Like, good God, man, there's been plenty of times I cried like a baby, especially when you go through recovery. It's just like emotions are even more raw before you don't have
Right.
that fallback. They become strengths, so they really do, and it's discipline and choices.